Alright folks, this is just about the easiest way that I have found to put the screen on these robber screens, okay? First of all, make sure that your little opening that we cut, make sure it's down, away from you. Alright, and then what I do is, this is a little jagged because whoever cut the last piece off didn't cut it really nice and straight, but I have set this gun, I found a way to set it, it doesn't drive it so deep so that it doesn't tear up my, it doesn't shoot the staples through the screen. Lost a little spring out of here that holds this up. It holds that open, so sometimes when it jars it'll let go and pop back, and then naturally the next shot I won't get a staple. See, ordinarily it would spring up and lock, so I gotta push that in. But it's been a good old gun. I've shot a lot of staples through it. See, there it done it again. I'm not gonna complain. I'm still sure proud to have it. Maybe one of these days I can put a new one on my wish list, but hey, what's the use of wishing your life away, right? So now, hold it down. I put these staples pretty close together. That's just me, you don't have to do that. Okay? Now I've got that stapled all the way around. Now I'm just going to take an ordinary pair of kitchen shears or scissors or look at that. Look at there. Yeah, I always take and just kind of go along the edge here. Them little pins, I bend them toward the back. That way when I pick that up, them are kind of bent over a little bit, the ones that are left right there on the edge. And since I started doing that, I don't have them feel like little needle pricks when unexpectedly when I pick these things up from time to time. So anyway, I've got one remaining step that I do to these little robber screens. So I'll get that set up and I'll get right back with you to show you that. Okay folks, got my trusty cordless drill / screwdriver, and here's what I do. Okay, right here the entrance, I don't know why, but to me that just needs to go up. Okay, so I always face it up. I've got me this is a countersink / pilot hole drill bit here, so I'm gonna put that right there. Alright, so you can tell my bit's getting dull, so I'm gonna hang this off the edge here. Okay, there. Yep, it boogers up the screen a little bit, but that screen stays down to the wood nice and tight, so there still can't any bees come or go. So, we do the same thing on the other side. Pull it. What happens here? Oh. Well, anyway, that's better than it was. And then what I do is I take a couple of screws. I prefer 1¼ inch screws, but I'm out of those. Shoot, I've been running out of everything lately. So these are only 1 inch long, but this is just to kind of show you. Okay, these are not going to take a good enough bite. Yeah, anyway, you know the drill. Know the drill. That's plenty. Anyway, take a couple of those. Like I said, you'll see in a second See how little of those actually protrude through the back side? I recommend 1 1/4 inch, at least 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches, or 1 5/8 inches if you can find it. Okay, put those in the hole. Put those in there, and I use this bit. It makes those holes big enough. See, the threads are not going to catch on those. Okay, they're just going to spin, so you're not going to have a problem with, you know, you just put your screws in there and run them into your nuke. Now I think what I'm going to do, I may just eventually, when I get these things made, every time I put one on a nuke, one of these nuke boxes, I think I'm just going to leave it, and then eventually I'll have a bunch with screens and a bunch that need screens, I guess. But anyway, you know, like I said, 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. The reason I went with 5.5 is just that. Okay, that's the smallest nuke I have, and I didn't want it to protrude past the sides of the face. I'll show you, I guess, at some other time. If anybody's interested, I'll show you how to modify these to work with a bottom board. Anyway, there you go. Okay. Anyway, this is that's what we got going on, folks. Little robber screens there. You know, a robber screen don't have to be this fancy. One thing that I can recommend, okay, and I didn't do it, but if you are, one thing here, I made a mistake. I wasn't paying attention. There's one leg of one of my staples protruding into the opening there. Okay, now I'm going to bend that over so that it doesn't block or impair a bee's entrance or exit. Okay, there, I bent that over. But ideally, you would try to space your staples where that doesn't happen. You know, put it here and leave that open. Your screen's going to stay down just fine. Okay, and anyway, little rubber screen there. If you have any questions, leave, you know, put it in the comments. Feel free to send me a private message. You can email me at hillbillyhomestead@outlook.com. Email and private message through YouTube probably be the best way to get a hold of me. So hope this helps somebody, and I hope you enjoy the video. I like making these things. I'm trying to get a little bit better about you know, not talking quite so much, but I'm doing it right now. We'll cut it loose, and y'all have a super great day or evening, whichever the case may be when you're watching this, and I hope everything is going well, and God bless, folks.